So as this monstrosity breaks free from its straitjacket, you look upon it, and it's taller than this were-rat by a good foot. Roll me your religion knowledge.
Okay.
You have advantage.
I rolled a 20.
Never mind. Roll ahead and roll another one. Maybe you roll another 20.
I rolled a 2. That's
Okay.
high.
At first, as this thing breaks free and it's welling, you can start to hear a subtle hiss to it. And as it comes through, at first you think it's a ghoul. But then you realize its head is almost like this were-rat, but it's hairless. And much like ghouls, it has a massive tongue that hangs out, and its fingers are elongated.
Mm-hmm.
And it breaks free, and when it sees you guys, first thing it does is it runs to this thing and bites down on it.
Okay.
That would be a 17. Well, cannot find that. That saved my life. When it does, you would expect it to have resistance and its bite force, much like your sword, but it doesn't. And it's latched on to the back of this thing.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm. The rat's turn. It turns around and tries to bite him back, which it does. That is an 18. For my minimum of 3 damage, and you can tell when this rat bites into this thing, that its bite barely can pierce its skin. It's your go. What you doing?
Alright, so here's my thinking right now. With this thing in between, these two are tied up right now.
The rat's on wobbly knees. Got 10 seconds.
I guess I'm going to attack this thing.
Can you get past the rat?
Oh, I thought it was like they were.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you could, yeah, because it's latched on.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking.
Go for it.
I was thinking it was more like hunched over like this. Like maybe I could get on top of its head or something like that.
You can hack it.
Yeah.
We'll say they're all tied up in the same square.
Let's see what we. It's like 26, and then fucking 26 again.
That would hit.
Okay. First one is.
Your necrotic damage aids separately.
Okay. So there's 5. I'll roll those 2 next. 5 and 4. So 9 on my sword.
Okay, so it's 5 and 4 separately, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then 5 and 4 on necrotic.
All right. So you start to try to hack into this thing, like on its shoulders and its neck, right?
Huh.
Your necrotic damage has no effect, and this thing's skin seems more tougher than the were-rat.
All right.
Its turn. Claws the were-rat would be a 17. Were-rat falls.
Okay.
And it claws and lunges at you with a bite. The claw is a 14, and the bite is a 15. And this thing looks mad, and it just keeps wailing every time it's trying to snap and claw at you. Your turn.
All right.
There's no were-rat here.
I am going to use a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Chill touch.
Alright.
When you use chill touch when undead, it gives a disadvantage until my next turn.
Okay, you gotta get save against this.
No, I have to just be able to hit you.
Okay, so it's a spell attack.
Yes. So let me get. Do. 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. 10 damage. It's cold. Yeah.
Okay.
So it has disadvantage.
On attacks?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, I assume that I
Yeah, no, you're good. Roll me a perception.
12.
Alright. You don't notice anything. You're kind of in the thrall of combat here. You notice one thing as where it drops with your roll based on lycanthropy that it is not changed back to its humanoid form, so it's still alive and we'll hear all its death saves.
Okay.
This thing wails again, claw and a bite. Bite comes first. That would be a 17. This thing is getting closer. One claw is a 23 and a 23. 2 claws. 4. 9 damage.
Okay.
And this thing wails, and it's just the mix of wails from this thing and these screams from patients is almost enough to drive you insane. Sure go.
Man.
All you can think about is you don't know where Habe went and you're getting slowed down.
Yeah, I know. Man. I know what I do in the Pathfinder thing, but I can't do that here. My old sorcerer thing let me use stuff like dominate person when I'm undead.
This is an open door, by the way, too.
Okay, that's fine. Give me a reflex.
Alright. Do I suffer disadvantage on saves or just attacks?
Let me.
I'll roll just in case. Hey, you know what? Don't matter. I roll a 3 and a 1.
Okay.
So.
So you'll take all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I may be out. I'll use this one. And this one.
Tiny D8.
Alright. 44 damage as an explosion erupts back here. Fireball.
Oh, did you fireball and it just rush up the hitting?
Yeah.
Alright. 44,
Yeah.
you say?
Let me mark that off my list here.
Alright. The flames rush forward.
I mean, they're licking my face, dude.
Yeah, roll me a reflex.
Okay.
A dexterity save, I should say.
Dex. Okay, 18. 17.
Okay, you manage as you cast this to step backwards as it engulfs this thing in flames. And you take a step back to get away from the flame through the broken door, and this thing comes forward and it's on fire, and it falls at your feet.
Okay.
Due to the explosion rocking the asylum, these screams quiet down.
All right, let me mark off my my spells I've used real quick. That was the cantrip, and okay.
All right. Now.
I take a breath. I'm assuming the rat died.
Well, let me go ahead and roll because I got 2 rounds. Yes, he reverts to human form. He's a charred human husk now. So, because I realize that I need to roll one more, but you did damage, so that's an automatic.
Yeah.
I was calling. So yes, he's a human husk. But you did see the branding on his arm to mark him.
I almost want to take him back and give him to the rats.
You notice that this thing that you fought is much like
Well, yeah, you said that. He said it reminded me of the rat.
and a ghoul.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn anything into a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll see what's in here.
All right. So you start walking through the flames and the smoke. You get a little choked up, and this is almost like an operating torture room.
Okay.
You could see on the bed where the straps on this thing were taken off towards the top, but on the bottom they're snapped.
Okay.
There's all types of instruments, surgical instruments here. There's some notes scattered on a table, and then there is a secret door open with a set of stairs that go down.
All right. Before I go down here, I'm gonna go check these. I don't know if he's in here. I'm gonna go see what's in here.
Okay.
So I'll just check this out.
All burnt, empty cells.
Okay. They're all that way.
Empty. Yep.
Okay. So then I'll do this.
All right. So.
Well, is there paint? Well, let's see. I don't know how big like fire. I guess it would have like engulfed all through.
Well, you got a wall. You just shot fire out.
Yeah,
this
so
side,
it probably just got it right here. Is there like a desk or anything like that?
With, there's some papers, some vials on it.
Okay.
You can start to realize that Habe was much more than a psychiatrist. It's almost like he was a scientist and a surgeon.
Yeah. Well, if this thing's strapped down,
I mean, like I said, there's diagrams of the human body. There's a complete entire skeleton here.
if this thing's if this thing was in a straight jacket and this table has things that are snapped and shit like that,
You're thinking that it was strapped on.
I'm thinking he's more like me than I care to admit.
I would allow you an investigation on this thing, but you burned it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be extremely difficult to find out what you needed to find out. But there are some notes on the table.
Yeah, I'll want to rifle through them. Actually, I'm going to take everything. I'm going to take what I can with me. What's not on fire and shit like that.
Okay.
I mean, if there's like a book or anything, I'm going to take it with me. I don't have time right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go through it.
There's just some scattered papers on the table.
Okay. I'm actually going to deliver some of this to the sheriff. To tell you the truth.
Okay, so you're going down the stairs. How many rounds did you say you're going to take to collect this stuff, to check this place out?
I won't. Okay, I'm in a rush too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe.
So in less than a minute, you have fought all these things, looked over, grabbed what you thought was important.
I'm going to take
papers.
things that I can. I mean, I can roll you some percentiles
No,
to see if I got something good, but I just think something's off.
Okay.
This is something that this isn't an insane asylum in my head now. This is
Gotcha.
something else.
And then you're going to take off down the stairs.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to get a measure of time because Habe is so far ahead of you.
Yep.
You come down the stairs. Let's go here. These go down.
That's the stairs?
Here, yep, pretty
Okay.
much. It's blocked off. So you come down the stairway, and in this room are a bunch of zombies and one ghoul. Now, as you walk in, the zombies just kind of, they see you, they get excited, they start reaching through, and you see the ghoul crouched down in the back corner and he watches you.
Is it like caged?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a cage?
Mm-hmm. Do you still have the symbol I gave you? You didn't have to get up to find the symbol. We could have easily figured this out a different way.
I do. I don't know where.
Don't worry about it. You can come roll me a religion knowledge.
Look, I found Oronok's.
Hey, there you go.
Actually, I didn't know I had that. 21.
Okay, you know exactly who this is. This, your symbol here. Stupid phone. You can even tell who it is at the top. Cabriri.
Okay.
Cabriri. Him who gnaws, Lord of Ghouls, Demon Lord of Graves and Ghouls.
Nice.
And his symbol is lit up in the back of this place. It's massive. It's like a bas relief that sticks out of the wall. You can feel it slightly call to you. It's that necromancy in you. It slightly pulls to you.
Is there a door?
There is a door to this cell. It's a massive cell.
Yeah.
And there is a path leading out. This is all worked cavern.
Yeah.
This is almost like a basement, and then you can tell this right here is worked stone. Excuse me, coming out of it.
Okay. That's a cell. That's not going anywhere.
It's locked.
Habe is going somewhere.
Mhm.
I'm going for Habe right now, but I'm going to come back to that.
All right. Do you have any way to speed yourself up? Because he's got some distance on you.
I mean, I can run. I mean, obviously he is too. I mean, I don't have any. The most I could give you would be freedom of movement, which isn't going to speed me up.
No. That's all I just need to know. If you can or if you can't.
Nope, I can't.
Okay. So you're gonna go down this path.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you gonna go down it?
Oh man, how long is the path? I mean, like.
Well, I just need to know. How long are you gonna go down it? Are you gonna go to the end?
Yeah, I mean, most likely. And I can roll you see if I can hear anything or.
Well, we're gonna have to get to that.
Okay.
You go ahead. What is that?
That it sucked. It was a.
Okay.
Okay. It was like an 11.
So you're going down this path, all out as fast as you can, trying to catch him.
Yeah.
All right. These zombies, they follow you. You know, Magast, the ghoul, he just sits crouched down and watching you as you leave. Eventually, you start to tire down.
Yeah.
You keep running and running. You've been fighting.
Okay.
And it takes you about an hour to get to the end of this path.
Holy shit.
And there's a stream, an underground stream.
Okay.
You get to looking, and you can see where there was once, you would think, a boat tied to this skiff as a rope goes off into the stream. The stream flows down to your left.
So I walk up to it, the stream goes this way.
To your left, yes. So you can say, you come down this path, stream goes this way.
I really wish there was see, I have Destroy Undead as a cleric, and they've taken away the, like, control undead, you know what I mean? That sucks. I was thinking that Death Domain would do something, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's just their way of making you buy more books. Eventually it'll happen.
Yeah. How deep Is there like I take my sword and I stick it in the water?
Can't touch the bottom.
Oh, I'm gonna drown then.
It's not a strong current.
Yeah. There's not a boat or anything around here.
No.
I mean,
you can see where there was a skiff, where there was maybe a boat tied here, and it couldn't be a big boat.
I mean, I have ways. I have spider climb. I have fly. I'm gonna cast 2 spells:
Mm-hmm.
invisibility and spider climb.
All right. How long spider climb last? I know invisibility is an hour until you take some type of action.
Spider climb. Let me find it. I have it on here. I just don't know where. 1 hour.
1 hour. So both of them last an hour. All right. So, which way are you going?
I mean, I'm gonna go with the stream. If there was a boat, I guess you could paddle backwards, but that's gonna be pretty sucky.
Well, the stream's not strong.
Yeah.
You could walk against the stream if you needed to. But I mean, the stream just goes to your left. The cave is probably about 20 foot wide, even though it's smaller here. And like I said, you stuck your sword in, you cannot touch the bottom.
Right. I'll fucking... Alright, left.
You're going left.
Yep.
So you're going with the stream.
Dice dinged it.
You travel, let's see.
I'm gonna make sure I didn't lie to you about the hour. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, up to 1 hour.
Cool. So it doesn't take you an hour to get to where you need to go, but you're traveling down this stream, and you have no sense of how far below ground you are. You just know that the tunnel has made a gradual slope
Is
down.
this dark or is it
Yes, it's
lit?
dark. There is
I mean,
nothing
I have
dark vision.
dark vision.
Yeah. Eventually, you get to a spot where your dark vision hits a blind spot ahead.
Okay.
And being used to having your dark vision, you realize that it's light. It's some type of light source.
Yeah.
You get close enough where you can start to see it, and it is a massive opening.
Okay.
And you would think that it is about 30 feet wide. And it's a big opening. You're going to get closer to it, and you can tell that the tunnel continues on past it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll spider climb my way. What is it like going like this and kind of like go around like that or something?
Okay, so you go through, it's above you.
Okay.
And you can tell that it is worked stone.
Okay.
You're looking at it, like I said, it's about 30 foot wide. And the bricks that make this thing are massive. And they look like the bricks kind of remind you of the tower that you see out at Sanatorium.
Okay. Is there a ladder or anything going up this?
Nope. Nothing.
Then I don't assume if Habe went this way, he didn't go up there. So I'm going to keep going down the tunnel.
How far?
Oh, man.
Are you going to let go to your visibility wears out?
What was that, an hour?
An hour.
So
Because you have an hour
visibility-
for spider climb.
Yeah, so basically...
And it's probably, I would say, taking you about maybe 30 minutes to find this spot. Roll me a survival.
Okay.
Let's put it this way.
Okay. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm wondering if I went the wrong way. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's survival. 9.
No. I can't give you any information. But, like I said, you turn about 30 minutes and you find this worked stone, that leads up. Because you can see daylight when you look up.
I'm going to go up that.
All right. And you climb up it, and it goes up for a good 200 foot.
Oh, no shit.
and you find yourself in an area you were just at last night. You look up, you climb out, the sun kind of makes you squint your eyes. You're in the farmlands outside of Sandpoint, and you can you look over, and there is the white mountain range known as Devil's Flatter. So you know exactly where you're at now.
Okay.
You know this is the road you took when you came looking out here last night. You passed this well. This is
Oh, this
Wisher's
is that
Well.
huge well you were telling me about.
This is Wisher's Well.
Okay.
Now you know where you're at.
Yeah. God dang it.
So now you know there is a back door into Abe's Sanitarium,
Yeah.
but no sign of Abe.
Yeah, still.
It's about noon.
I'm gonna head back toward Habe's.
Okay. Your spider climb, your visibility wear off by the time you get to where
that's the reason
the
I headed
opening
back.
was.
Yeah.
So now what do you want to do?
Go back to here.
Okay, back to the undead. So it's about a. You're not as tired. Oh yeah, you've still been moving.
Yeah.
So that'll put you about one.
See, that's the thing. I've got to time this to where I can get back to town also.
So as you come forward, you can start to hear the moans from the zombie, almost like they're anticipating your return. And as you walk up, the zombies do the same thing. They come to the cage, they try to reach for you, and as soon as you walk through, you see that ghoul. He squints down in the same corner and watches you.
The other ones aren't like, they're just like mindlessly.
You can tell there's.
He's got.
You know, ghouls are intelligent.
Well, yeah. I don't know. This may be stupid, but I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to ask him a question. I mean, he may not say bullshit to me, but I'll ask, how long have you been in there, or who put you in there?
Tells you, hey. Father.
Oh, okay. That answers a different question I had. I was gonna see if he was going to be cool with me, but probably not.
What is your passive? It's 18.
Yeah.
It's good enough to see. You noticed one of these zombies has a necklace on.
Like what I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Hate's got to be in this.
Any other questions for the Mr. Ghoul here?
No. I'm actually going to do something. I want to.
What you're trying to do?
I'm going to attempt to take some of these out. I went inside. I want to see what that. Because you said that symbol was like pulling toward me.
Well, it's a giant, massive symbol.
Yeah. You know what? All right. Here's the thing. Habe's a bad dude.
Is he?
I mean, I'm a bad dude. Yeah. Habe's a bad dude, 100%. Because I would be doing this. Habe, if he's like me, he's a bad guy.
But if you're bad guys and you're the same, does it make you good guys?
No, because
are you jealous of his work?
I mean, it's stuff that I want to do, but the thing is, I've got to keep a good face on to this town, and I'm going to run out of time before Lady Red leaves me. And I need her to take me back. I'm going to leave that alone. and I'm going to bring the sheriff here so he knows this isn't just a sanitarium.
Here, let me see all this down here.
Yes.
All right, we can do that. You got some papers in your hand, or are you gonna take your time to read those before you head back, or?
Yeah. Since I have no idea where he went. I don't know if he went this way. I went this way. I couldn't find him. I mean, turning around going the other way is pointless because then he's long gone. I'll take a little time and kind of skim through this, seeing what I could find.
Are you in a rush to get back?
No, I want to get back by dusk. That'll give you a time frame.
Oh, that's
that's what I'm saying. I've got plenty of time.
On your horse, it's only going to take you like 20 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I've got plenty of time. I'm gonna now work. Before I was like, I'm gonna start looking through things, start looking at some of these vials, messing with like detect magic. Trying to figure out what things are, identify things like that. Like I'm gonna actually try to figure things out.
All right. Nothing glows in this room, right? That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Nothing glows. There's an issue though,
Okay.
because you did launch fireball.
I did.
This room's starting to burn.
Okay.
And I mean, it's a good portion of it's burnt. This time it is already one.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of evidence left here.
Okay. So pretty much.
I mean, as you come through, there's smoke you're fighting through.
Okay.
And you're like, oh shit. So now you're left with an option. Now you're left with a choice. The building's starting to burn. This seems to be your MO. Like the time you set that building on fire in the alley fight.
Yeah, that's the thing I did.
So this building is starting to burn.
Yeah.
I mean, you've blown out this side of the building. There's fire. This whole area is slowly burning.
I'm gonna. All right. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to go down. I'm sure they have manacles and shit like that somewhere.
Oh, there's medical here.
I'm going to take some manacles. I'm going to take these prisoners that were downstairs.
And that's just right over here by the burning rooms?
Yeah, I'm going to get them out so they don't burn alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to manacle them up, and we're going to go back to town. With the evidence that I picked up on the way through here, that's what I'm going to bring.
Okay. Let's see, where are they at here? In my notes.
They may be on fire already. I don't know.
Yeah, because some of them are going to be dead by now. Okay, so we're going to make this pretty simple. Roll me a d6. There are 3 patients. One of them is going to be alive. They will be on the opposite of this wall.
Okay. 5.
Looks like you have Helen Sade. That was a prostitute.
Okay.
So she's already terrified because she thinks she's going to die. There's a lot of fire, a lot of smoke. But you can take her, and she will fight you tooth and nail because of the red. Is there any sort of way you're going to handle that? I mean, you're taking some manacles, you're manacling her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do her hands and her feet.
I mean, you're obviously stronger than she
Yes.
is. And she's going, I mean, if you got any way to make it easy.
Yeah. I have hold person. I was going to say I'd sleep, but I don't have that. I have hold person.
Whole person don't last that long.
Yeah, I know, but it's...
It'd make her easier getting her out of here.
Yeah. I have a knife and animate.
You can kill her and animate her. Alright. You can hit her with hold person.
I mean, I have dominate person also.
That might be a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll hit her with a dominate person.
How long does dominate person last?
Well,
That lasts-
it's only like a minute.
But it's enough to get her out of here.
Yeah.
Because if you hold person, you can just pick her up and run with her.
Yeah.
Because this whole place is burning.
Yeah.
So you want to get out of the building, like I said, that whole corner of the place is starting to burn. And by the time you get back to town and get back, that's evidence gone.
I don't know.
But you have these papers.
I took what I could.
So are you gonna read these papers before you give them up, or what?
Yeah, I want to know what's in them.
All right. So, most of these are notes that he has made. There are some letters here from a guy named Chetz. Chetz. That's how we do things. That's why I don't use pencils. That is the one name that you catch. Most of this is about creating undead, ghouls, how to animate the dead and whatnot, how to turn people into ghouls, and the amount of abyssal energy it can take to turn someone into a ghast.
Okay.
Now, his notes, he talks about how he procured a were-rat from Riddleport and how he is experimenting creating new diseases. The guy that you killed that was in the straps, his name is Graced.
Oh no, I was gonna say this was the guy
That you killed that was
the undead guy that broke
yes,
out.
that broke out.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
that was looked like he was a were-rat and a ghoul.
Okay.
His name is Graced, Gray with an ST. Silva, Sevilla. And he is from Littleport. He kidnapped him. And he was experimenting by trying to crossbreed ghoul fever and a lycanthrope. This was his first success. And then you look at that bite down on your arm.
Yep.
Starting to fester up. I was wondering if you were going to say anything. I was going to say this, and I was like, I'm just going to let that sit there for a while. If you don't remember, it's going to be interesting. And how he'd been doing this for months now. And him and Chetz had been here. And he was the first successful experiment. It is dated 2 days ago. He had basically what he had done, and he was stitching the skin from ghouls that was infected and stitching it onto live people, and then having the were-rats biting them. So, and it was, he went through a number of hosts that had died, and he did not expect the people to take the trait of both creatures. So not only does it make them immune to necrotic damage, they are also got the damage reduction by silver.
Silver, yeah.
And in his notes, he talked about how he was realizing that it had a need to bite him. So he was letting him go on people to see how he would react, and that was the first thing he was doing, was biting him, almost like he had the need to spread what he had had. There's no notes on what happened to any of these people, but he is the first, and it was dated 2 days ago that he had success.
Okay. I'm gonna make I'm gonna jot down some copies of this information in my little book, because I am interested in some of this also. I want this information for myself as I give it over to the sheriff.
But you can realize that through this, he had the help of a man named Chetz.
Okay.
So you're going to take this back and you're going to take it to Sheriff Hemlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's fighting you every step of the way. I'm pretty sure you're riding your horse. You got her crossed over it.
I mean, honestly, once I get her out of there, out of the fire and everything, I'm gonna tie her with my rope. Like, I'm gonna make it to where she's just, she can fight, but I'm gonna have her tied up.
Eventually, she will wear herself out to the point of exhaustion, and she'll pass out. And you're riding to town now on this horse, correct?
Yes.
Roll me percentiles. You at least need, well, let's just say 61 or higher.
47.
You don't meet anybody on the way. No one has seen the smoke off in the distance yet from the sanatorium burning. Well, no, I guess they wouldn't because there's a small mountain range between the sanatorium and Sandpoint, so never mind. So you come into the gate. The guards are yelling at you, whoa, whoa, because they see you, but now you're on a skeletal horse and you have somebody laid over.
Once I get to the town, I will come off the horse. I will make it basically put it back in the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put her over my shoulder and walk up.
As they're opening the gate, because they know who you are.
Will they know this woman? I don't know. Did she work for the?
Yes, they know. They're guards.
Yeah.
I mean, they spend some time at the Pixie's Kitten, and one of them says, "Where did you find Helen?"
I need to speak to the sheriff absolutely right now, and I will let him know what's going on.
They are saying to take her to Xanthus. He's the town priest.
When she wakes up, she's going to go berserk. She needs to be restrained. You need 2 or 3 people on her, or put her in a cell and bring the priest to her.
One of them says, "I know. I'm the one that I helped take her to Hague Sanatorium." So he already knows that she's under. They found her, took her.
Okay.
So one of them has already dealt with it, so he knows exactly what to do.
Okay.
One of them is going with the sheriff to you.
All right.
No one asks you any questions when you get to this office and whatnot, and Hemlock looks at you. Have you been causing trouble again? I thought we already had this conversation. And you're covered in soot. You've got some blood on you. You've got a bite wound through your robes.
Yeah. I'll hand him some notes. I'll tell him that Habe is not what you thought. From everything I can gather through this, he is a lack of a better term, a bad scientist. I hate to cliche it like that, but he has monsters inside there. He is. I mean, I'll be telling him everything that I've read and everything that I've seen as he's reading through here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell him that there, as I had done the day before, I had questions about these patients. Was attacked by 2 of his yard people, or not yard people, but
his orderlies. He tells you he never trusted that Vortis. Can't trust those with the devil blood.
The devil blood.
He's tiefling.
Yeah. He got away. I'll tell him that about the well that goes down into this underground river.
He's looking at you like he's very shocked with what you're telling him.
Defending myself, the asylum is probably going to burn to the ground. I don't know how far it will go. If we can get out there fast, maybe you can see. I found a were-rat from my city. I found a ghoul that looked like a hybrid were-rat. I mean, you can read about it in his notes.
He cuts you off. He tells his guard, grab as many men as you can on the way to the gates and head to the sanatorium.
Do you want me to come with you?
No.
No?
You need to finish this story.
Okay. There was...
You give him papers.
Yes.
You're talking he's going through, but you could just tell the look of disgust and confusion on his face as he's going through and listening to you.
I'll tell him that, the beast that came out of this operating room. Killed this were-rat that was there. It was defending myself against this beast that I unintentionally started burning the place down. Just, he knows I'm magic, doesn't he?
Mm-mm.
He doesn't?
Well, he didn't. He thinks you're some type of undead thing.
Okay.
Because think about it, you've got this skeletal horse all of a sudden, right? You come to town with a zombie troll on the boat. So he's cutting you off and he's like, hey, look, we've done went over this. I've seen your troll, I've seen your horse, and then you're telling me there's a bunch of other, unliving monsters in this place. You sure you didn't come looking for this place purposely? Because you come bringing this stuff to Sandpoint, and then you find more of it. Is there something else you need to tell me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I had it hidden.
I know.
Had it all. If he sees it, if he points it out, I'll tell him that that's the reason I went back and investigated those people. Because they were in my town, and I drove them out.
I got 10 on the dice. He's a knight, a veteran. He probably wouldn't notice it.
Okay. I mean, if he, like I said, that's my story. If you ask, that's the reason I came here, which is honestly true.
Yeah. He just finds it an odd coincidence that you come with an undead, you can drop and ride an undead thing, and then you find undead things. It's just all too odd of a coincidence to him.
That's been my life. From the earliest time I can remember, that's what has surrounded me. I'm drawn to it. I don't know if that means that I can find it and maybe put it down or control it to where it won't hurt people or what. And that is really the truth.
The goblins around here are bad enough.
It's possibly a curse.
He says, we've done well managing to fight them off. And then we got that wall built. He's like, we don't need any other trouble.
Take care of Habe. I don't know where he went. Habe's going to be some of your trouble. Something that he's making is going to spread a sickness through this land.
He says, it's easier said than done. You don't even know where he went. I don't even know where he went.
I mean, I'll tell him about the river and how it's split and everything, and how basically I searched. I went 30 minutes one way. I found the well. I mean, I was not making any ground on him, and there was no reason to go the other way, because if he went the other way, he was already going to be an hour ahead of me, and there was no way I could catch up.
He says the well. Busher's well?
Yeah, that's the well that I ended up about 30 minutes into my tracking him. I came across that well whenever in the river, and I went up, and that's how I found out where I was.
How deep's the well?
God, what'd you say?
200.
Yeah, about 200 feet.
No one's ever been in the well before.
I have. I came up the well. I didn't go down the well.
A lot of us find it cursed. It's an old Thessalonian ruin. Tells you Quint might be able to tell you something about it, but I'm sure what he knows about it wouldn't give any clues of what were below it, though.
What's the name?
It's Brodert Quint.
Grodert?
Bro. Dirt. Quink. Quink. He's an adventurer of the type once. Looked at all types of ruins throughout the whole country of Mauricia. He studies at Thessalonian runs. He's got some friends up there in the Riddle Port with the ciphers, but I don't even think he's even been to the bottom of it.
Maybe I should pay him a visit. Where does he stay at?
Here in town. Let's see here. He stays at a place over by the old lot. He is the nearest building to the old lot.
Okay. See the type of person that would be okay with company, or
He's not got trade story for story.
I got
I'm
him.
pretty sure with what you told me, he'll be interested. You tell him about Wish as well, because I guarantee he doesn't know that's the bottom of it.
I've got stories.
And I'm sure he'll want to know, and he'll catalog them.
I will tell him that I have to leave town today.
Oddly enough, you bring trouble to town, and you got to leave,
I didn't bring it. I found it.
and now it's here.
Yep.
So you're leaving me to clean up your mess.
Well, that's what I was going to offer. Let me get back. Let me resupply, and I can come back and offer my aid if you want it.
You're worried about this infection. Who says it doesn't overrun the town before you get back?
That's true.
Like I said, you leave. I've got to clean up this mess.
Let me go talk to Broder. Yeah.
That's a weird name. Bro Dirt.
Yeah.
Not Joe Dirt.
Broder.
So that's where you're heading to.
Quinn. Did I spell that right? Quink?
Yep.
Okay.
Quink.
Okay, Quink.
So that's where you're heading off to?
Yes. I'm gonna keep an eye on my arm. I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit.
You should.